It's another video of my latest finds at the Alameda Antique Fair. It is June 11th. It's Thursday here, sunny, beautiful day in Oakland, California, and we are experiencing a heat wave. It is so hot right now, but let's just get down to the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, leave any comments, ask any questions. And I got a few things here. I bought this Magic the Gathering collection. This cost me $150 at the Alameda Antique Fair. I bought this stack of comics for $7 here. And I bought this pile of comics for $62. I'm going to try and move through this video really quickly. I don't know if I have enough space on my memory card. But these Magic cards was a big gamble. The guy wanted 150. I actually talked him down to 140. And I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, but I decided to take a chance. Lots and lots of cards in all these boxes. But one of the highlights I pulled from here are these 4 cards. Here's a foil Windborn Muse from Legions. That alone sold recently on eBay for $225. Tolarian Academy. This one is actually pretty worn. It has some creases on the card itself. I'm not sure if you can see it right there and right there. If you turn it over, you can see the creases on the back. Tolarian Academy, really good condition, sells for about $150. I put this on my eBay auction for about $89. Then you have a foil memory jar. Look at that glitter. And a foil mesmeric orb. So if I was to sell this Windborn Muse, I put this on my eBay auction for $178. This one card would pay for the entire collection. I think these were the 4 most expensive cards out of the entire collection. I have yet to go through and organize them all, separate them. You know, I got an Eldrazi stack here. I like this vintage Undo. Sorcery, return 2 creatures to their owner's hands. But just stacks upon stacks of cards. Of course, Command Tower, I'll probably keep that. Lots of cards to go through and organize, a lot of vintage stuff. So that's the Magic the Gathering collection. I paid $144 for all this, and I'm definitely going to make my money back and add to my collection. It's probably going to take me months to go through this. Okay, moving on to this. This stack costs, I think, $8. I paid $8 for this. I went through it, and I already pulled out this Golden Age Little Audrey. 1953, issue 31. Paramount Pictures famous star Audrey, Little Audrey. I looked on eBay. I couldn't find one other example of this particular issue. Yes, it's a little worn, or kind of worn, or really worn. You know, there's some chips at the bottom. The staples have rust, but it's complete. It's not loose, and it's really great Golden Age comic. And this is also what came with it. I was really shocked that the seller sold it to me for as cheap as he did. Bugs Bunny. This might be a 4-color special, but I'm just going to go through these as quick as I can. I really appreciate you guys watching and listening. And, you know, I'm not the best content creator, but I'm trying to just show you guys what I can find here at the Alameda Antique Fair in Alameda, California. All right, Bugs Bunny. In Football Luck. Walt Disney's Duck albums. There's Donald Duck. Little Iodine. Beetle Bailey. Wee Wisdom. Some magazine for boys and girls. Little Lulu. Little Lulu. This stack is actually pretty worn. But I'm going to separate it into lots and price it accordingly. Little Lulu. Little Lulu. Beetle Bailey. See, this one actually is completely thrashed. In fact, yeah, that's definitely going to be in the free pile. You know, I always include free bonus items with every purchase so that my customers get all kinds of stickers and cards and extra comics. I really like giving them more than what they paid for, so the value is really great. I pride myself in selling and doing great deals on eBay. Moving forward, though, we got this Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Again, that's 1948, so we're got some nice Golden Age stuff. I can't believe I got this stack for $8. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Comics and Stories. Comics and Stories. 1946. Classics Illustrated Junior, The Ugly Duckling. Classics Illustrated in the Reign of Terror. Looney Tunes Merry Melodies. Tom and Jerry, Dell. Definitely worn. Like I mentioned, this stack was pretty beat up. I think I would have paid a little bit more, but $7 is a sweet deal. Sorry, that was Andy Panda. And now we have Dennis the Menace in Hollywood. Cuckoo Comics. Haven't heard of this one. Pretty sure that's Golden Age. Walter Lance's New Funnies. Could be Golden Age, maybe Silver Age. Woody Woodpecker and Andy Panda. Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. And lastly, another Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. Great little stack for $8. That was a nice little find. Now this stack, $62, and I want to make a shout out to Nicole Ojeda. She made me a really great deal, very nice person, and she actually had a business card. Most people don't have business cards at the Alameda Antique Fair. They're just vendors, but she actually gave me some contact information. So if you want to contact Nicole and have her specialize in your estate sale or clearouts, give her a call or email her. And the stack that she sold me was very interesting. A lot of these, and I went through a few of them, but they have the string tied around them. So she made these little lots of string tied. And I wanted to save those. I cut through most of them, but I wanted to show you how they were. So there was a few tied together in these little mini lots. Let's go through this. Cimarron strip. Dell 12 center. Never heard of it. Looks like it's a photo cover. 2 copies of that. Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Junior Woodchucks. Gold Key. Korak, son of Tarzan. Huey, Louie, and Dewey. The Legend of Custer. Haven't seen that one before. What a great photo cover. George Armstrong Custer, the man who became a legend. All right. Wow. Popeye the Sailor. That's a really cool cover there. 12 center. Tiger. Haven't seen that before. Daffy Duck. Dennis the Menace and Ruff, Ruff, Ruff. Richie Rich Fortunes. Richie Rich always sells very well on eBay. Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd. Tarzan of the Apes. Tarzan of the Apes TV Adventure. Photo cover. That's pretty cool. Alright. Daffy Duck. Beetle Bailey. You know, I'll put all the Beetle Baileys together. I'll put all the Daffy Ducks together. I'll put all the Gold Key photo comics together and make individual lots. Beetle Bailey. Oh, Millie the Model. Love the 60s fashion on these comics. Some of them are really cool. Millie the Model. 13 going on 18. Haven't seen that one before. Not familiar with it, but there's a little chip right there in the issue. Kind of flatten that out a little bit. You know, I try to take care of my comics, and if there's anything that I can do to flatten it out and make it look better, I definitely do. And this is a Disney movie. I remember 13 going on 18. Anyways, I'll have to investigate that, look that up. All right, and again, there's a Donald Duck. I don't have my scissors, so I'll save those for later. Again, Uncle Scrooge, all tied up together. Interesting way of selling comics. I kind of wish the person, whoever did that, hadn't, because those strings can dig into the edges of the comic and bring down the value. But these are not in mint condition. It doesn't matter too much to me. This was a great find. I was really happy to buy them. All right, and we're moving on to Uncle Scrooge Adventures, Walt Disney, Stonehenge. Uncle Scrooge Adventures, Land of the Pygmy Indians. Gladstone. Not sure what year that is. Could be 80s. So these aren't all really old. 1988. Donald Duck Adventures. Walt Disney Comics. Walt Disney Comics with Brer Rabbit. But the water stains definitely, you know. These are like reader copies, so they're not going to be extremely expensive, but I love Disney and Richie Rich and Casper and Archie. All the kids' comics sell really well for me on eBay. Walt Disney Uncle Scrooge. Walt Disney Donald Duck. The Lost Peg Leg Mine. Rango, again, another photo cover from an old TV show I don't know about and have never seen. I've never seen this comic, but it's a Dell 12 center. Pretty goofy there. All right. Archie Annual. Again, I like all that 70s fashion there. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Walt Disney's Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Oh, Huck Finn, The New Adventures of Huck Finn. I like this because it's a photo cover superimposed over some drawing there. Don't remember this TV show, never watched it. Probably do some research on YouTube and see if they have any old episodes just to familiarize myself. You know what I love about these old comics is they're like time capsules. They're preserving history, remind us of TV shows that used to be on. Never seen this Gold Key comic, but pretty cool. With that green zombie. I'm sorry, green mummy. All right, and Classics Illustrated, Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. Right there. All right, Maya. Again, a great Gold Key photo cover. Never seen this before. Never heard of Maya. But I'll do some YouTube research after I'm done with this. And Run, Buddy, Run. Another classic Gold Key photo cover. Don't know anything about this. Looks like it was a movie, perhaps a TV show. 1967. Walt Disney Presents The Happiest Millionaire. Obviously, this looks like a movie from 1968. I love going through these old comics. It's really so much fun going to the Alameda Antique Fair and finding these treasures. Happiest Millionaire. All right, Hee Haw. That old TV show I watched when I was a kid. I do remember that. I'm surprised this is not a photo cover. Also, it's from Charlton, so I don't think Charlton did very many photo covers or any at all. I could be wrong. But, ooh, a Hot Stuff. Great cover there. A little water stain at the bottom. Like I said, these aren't in mint condition, but definitely we'll be able to separate these into lots and flip them on eBay. Another Hot Stuff Sizzlers. And let me see if I can't grab my scissors. I don't know if I have enough time left, but go to my packaging box here and pull out my scissors. Go ahead and slice that open. Slice that open. Be careful not to damage the comic, of course. All right, Chick Young's Blondie. Oh, yeah, that's me in the middle of the night. Blondie! He's making a Dagwood sandwich. Blondie. Blondie, oh, duplicate. Blondie. Okay, I'm going to make a Blondie lot. Go through this Walt Disney Beagle Boys. Very careful about cutting those strings apart and gently pulling them so I don't cause any more damage. Okay, Walt Disney Beagle Boys. Yep, Walt Disney Beagle Boys. Walt Disney Beagle Boys. And again, gently cut these strings. Part of the fun of going through this collection is snipping these strings apart. I would never do that if I was going to sell at the Alameda Antique Fair, but if somebody wants to do that, and who knows if they did it themselves or if that's the way they got them. But, you know, all these are worn. You know, there's definitely some water damage. These have been sitting in moisture or been exposed to water at some point. I don't care. I got a huge stack of awesome vintage Gold Key, Charlton, Gladstone, Disney comics, Richie Rich and Archie's for $62. I think I'll at least make that back hopefully more. Walt Disney's Donald Duck. Ooh, a 64-page classic. Walt Disney's Donald Duck finds pirate gold. Yeah, definitely a lot of water damage on these. Yeah, I mean, there's schmutz here. I mean, there's gunk there. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna wash my hands after I'm done with this. That's a great cover. Okay, these are awesome. These old Gladstone Donald Ducks. Let me see, hang on. Let's just check the year really quickly. 87, so, you know, these aren't golden age. I don't even think they're copper age. They're more recent. Donald Duck. Donald Duck. Donald Duck. All right, take the scissors and gently cut these strings. Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge, great cover. They're probably all Uncle Scrooge. Yep, Uncle Scrooge. Another Uncle Scrooge. Another Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. All right. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to get through this video really quick and show you what I purchased recently. Again, I got that stack right there for $8. And I had that little Audrey. Just getting back to that. I posted this little Audrey on eBay for $60. I looked on eBay, I couldn't find another one of these. So it's definitely a rare vintage golden age little Audrey, issue 31 from 1953. And that was in that $8 stack. So out of that $8 stack, I posted one comic for $60. If someone offers me 40, I would take it. And I still have all these to go through and make lots of. This stack for 62 from that nice seller. Show that card again. And this Magic the Gathering collection with some extremely expensive and awesome vintage foils and rares, including the foil Windborn Muse from Legions, Tolarian Academy from Urza Saga, the Memory Jar, and this Mesmeric Orb. All right, signing out from Oakland, California. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Please comment, subscribe, like. Any questions you have, any comments, any advice. Thanks again. Love you guys and hope you have a great day. Take care.